How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your Ginger Jolly Geek. Welcome back to the channel for another Let's Talk Toys. I'm excited. It feels like ages since we've all been together, guys. I'm looking forward to talking toys and games and all that kind of stuff. We've got the Fab 4 here, but as usual, we've got James T. Keegan. He's just messaged to say he's just hanging a little bit late, so he'll be jumping in as soon as he can. Basically, I think as soon as Simon starts covering his gaming slides, he'll suddenly appear in a frantic kind of rage. But as usual, we are joined by my good pal Luke from Hydra Collectibles. Luke, how are you, sir?
I'm very good. Always glad to be here for this toy review show. It's one of my favourites.
Good stuff, and always nice to see you. And we have got the man himself, Super Sorrel. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Good stuff. Now, you've got some interesting slides tonight, Sorrel. I am looking forward to delving into some of those. Oh, Simon. How's Simon?
I'm good. How are we, Peter?
I am very well, sir. I'm all the better for seeing your little face, Simon. Give us one of your waves, one of your special waves. Oh, makes us happy. Okay, so nice to see you. And like I say, we'll be joined by James T. of the Keegan, fresh back from his holidays shortly. Let's see who we've got in the chat. We have got good old Fuzzy Dunlop. Genuinely good to have Keegas back on. He didn't turn up, Fuzzy. The bastard didn't turn up. What a liberty. What a bloody liberty, I tell you. I've oddly missed his face and voice since he's been gone. Yeah. We've got MJ Comics. Nice to see you, James. I hope you are well, my friend. And we've got Sean. Always good to see you, Sean. Fuzzy. Well, that's embarrassing. I jinxed myself. Absolutely, Fuzzy. And we've got Ed Vic. Evening, gentlemen. I hope you're well, Ed. Okay, guys. Listen, we've got tons to get through tonight. Usual format for the show. Each of us got a few slides. We each focus on various elements. Simon just kind of covers whatever he fancies, really. We'll just let him go away with it. But we're going to start off, even though he's not yet, with Keegas. So we will come back to Keegas and let him do his slide when he turns up, because I haven't got a shitting clue what that's all about. Anybody know what that's all about?
Yep.
Looks like a PlayStation announcement broadcast.
A what?
It's a PlayStation announcement on a couple of games, I think. So.
Well, we'll leave that for Keegas to come back. We've got Dead Man here saying, sitting in the corner of my pillow with a wine learning. Ooh, very nice, good stuff. Okay, so we'll start off with a bit of 1/6 scale sexiness. This is from Mondo Collectibles. You guys know I'm in deep with the Masters of the Universe figures from Mondo. Hyper that they've got the Thundercats line. And this is their first Masters of the Universe vehicle. If you don't count, and I don't, you don't count Battle Cat and Panther as a vehicle. And this is obviously He-Man's Sky Sled. It's pretty cool. I'll say from the offset, I won't be picking it up. I'm not buying this one. But I think it's pretty well designed. I'm loving the fact that you get 2 additional heads with the Sky Sled with flowing locks for He-Man. I think that's a pretty cool feature. I've not seen that before. And Fuzzy is straight in there. Tat. Okay, Fuzz. What do you guys think of this? I mean, this retails for around about, I think it was about 300 quid, 270 to 300 quid. Is this the kind of thing you guys would go for?
Nope.
So, yes, but not for that price point. And I think, to be fair, that's because it's the scale that it's in. So the Sky Sled is like a must-have vehicle, in my opinion, as far as Masters of the Universe go. And I was buying my son the Origins line, and the Sky Sled was definitely something that I wanted to get him. So we've actually got 2 or 3 of them. And the figures do look absolutely amazing riding the Sky Sled.
Yeah.
However, in this scale, the price point is just too high. You know, it is an awesome vehicle, and it is very nostalgic for anyone who's a fan of Masters of the Universe, probably more so than a lot of the vehicles. I mean, I think like the Land Shark and stuff is another one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that price point. You know, these figures are expensive enough as it is. And I agree with what you're saying. You know, Cringer, Battle Cat, Panther, they are characters. They're not just mounts and vehicles.
So the rumour is as well, because I mean, obviously, as we all have on the screen here, we have the same challenge as collectors in terms of space, and these things do fill up a lot of shelf space. This wouldn't be something I would dedicate shelf space to. I think the rumor is that we're going to get a the brain's gone blank. Luke, help us out. The Scareglow. We're going to get a Scareglow, but we're getting his horse, the Nightmare, I think it's called, or something. That would be pretty cool. But yeah. Although I do, like I say, I do love the fact you get, they've thought to give you 2 head sculpts with the flowing hair. I think that's pretty cool. I've not seen that done before. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. We've got Phil. Nice to see you, Phil. Always a pleasure to see you. So yeah, pretty cool. We've got James joining in a second. He's just coming up on the bottom of my screen. But in the interim, Sorrel, we'll start with you because you looked at this Vincent Price figure, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, Vincent Price was my first slide, and yeah, I'm right. Out of all the announcements from the Monsters Mayhem, as they called it, from NECA, the Vincent Price one was the outstanding one to me. As cool as Christopher Lee is, don't get me wrong, Vincent Price is needed on the shelf. And the fact that they gave him the different head sculpts, you can have him at various ages throughout his career, the different cravats, ties, bow ties, I think that's a cool addition. And I need Vincent Price to stand next to Elvira now. He just needs to stand next to Elvira, the two of them together.
And you know what? For I mean, I talk a lot about 1/6 scale figures in terms of their detail and attention to detail, but that's a pretty damn good head sculpt, mind, on both of those figures. They are pretty impressive. I'm tempted by that, I have to say. Now, as much as I'm tempted by that, I have to say I think I'm going to have to buy, even though I don't collect this scale, I've got to buy this American Werewolf set because it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Luke, you popped this one on to talk about.
Yeah, so for starters, I'm right there with you, Sorrel. Like Christopher Lee, Vincent Price, both of these figures have to be on my shelf. They are absolutely outstanding. But yeah, Peter, like you say, who doesn't love American Werewolf in London? And NECA have kind of been holding on to this, I think, for a really long time. You know, we got the actual werewolf and the demon creatures many years back now. And this has just been a must. You know, if we can get the nurse as well, that would just round it all off for me. I am a little upset that we don't get the bloodied Jack figure, you know, when he's like freshly killed, because I think that's a nice one as well. But I can see, given the choice of parts, etc., again, it does mean I'm going to have to buy at least 2 of these sets just so I can display both versions.
I was thinking that about the blooded variant, but then I remembered what's around the corner in a few weeks' time. San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah,
NECA always have exclusives. A blooded variant would be so easy for them to do. It's the same parts, repainted. It would be an easy win.
And I would be getting Efren right on it, queuing up for me to get one.
Yeah, I think these are stunning. I did an interview last Friday with a lovely chap called Phil who goes by the name The Empire Strikes. And one of the items he showed off was the original NECA werewolf. And it was friggin' huge. It was massive. But a stunning looking figure. But yeah, love it. Now, we are joined by Mr. Keegan. How are you, sir?
Heyo, what's up?
Heyo. Fresh back from your holidays. Are you all refreshed?
I mean, I'm a golden god at the moment, as you can tell by the time. Yeah, pina coladas at the beach. It's beautiful. Nice rest. It's good to be back, though.
Good stuff. Well, we've missed you. Fuzzy's missed you. Look at that face. Welcome back, Keys. It's been hard without you.
Imagine. I hope Simon didn't try and do my slides now, did he?
He didn't.
What is this? A PlayStation shite? I don't know what this is. Something like that, I'd imagine.
I mean, Fuzzy's just saying that He-Man's outstanding, how the vehicle's cheap. And yeah, I would agree, mate. No, we showed the side, and I said, what is it? And Simon said, well, it's some kind of announcement, isn't it? That was yeah. So I thought we'd leave it for you, Keegas. Tell me a little bit about this, bud.
Yeah, so Sony had a state of play, which they're kind of like every 2-3 months they kind of have a little 30-minute kind of reel of like upcoming stuff. So trailers for some stuff that we knew about. So there's a new Silent Hill 2 remake trailer, Monster Hunter Wilds. People are excited about that. Until Dawn PC, a new trailer. God of War Ragnarok was announced for PC. So I know the original one is on PC now. So if you're a fan of that series, you get to play the second one. So that's a great game. There's this new kind of live servicey thing called Concord. It's like a new studio that's doing it, but it looks so generic. Like everybody hates it. It just looks like it's kind of riffing on like the Guardians of the Galaxy kind of like Destiny, Overwatch sort of thing. And it feels like that's just going to tank, I think. Like it's just nobody seems to really care. It's very cringy kind of dialogue and stuff. So Yeah, it doesn't look great. And then obviously the announcement I'm most excited about, Astrobot. So like if anyone, I love this little guy. I have him here. If anyone's played, if anyone has a PS5, so Astro's Playroom is like a tech demo that's on that, and kind of just showcases what the controller can do and what the console can do. So this is like the full game basically now. It's got 80 levels. I'm very excited. Like Astro is so charming. Like, you know, it was a free game, but some of my favorite gaming moments of recent memory are in that like tech demo. So like I'm really excited to give this a go.
I can't remember if it was you sent it or what, James, but I remember watching the trailer for the new game for this a little while ago, and I have to say it looked pretty good. It looked
it's so much fun. Like it's exactly like an easy to learn, hard to master kind of thing, and when you get it down pat, like it's so much fun. Like it's great. It's a great platformer.
It gave us kind of Sonic the Hedgehog vibes in terms of just the play. It looked fun. It looked fun.
Yeah, and I love how like he's flying like a ship that's like a PS5 controller, PS5 console, and like I think there's gonna be. I hope that there's like levels based because it's like, you know, there's levels that are like, oh, this is inside of a PS4 or whatever. Yeah. I really hope there's levels that are based on games, so like an Uncharted level, a Horizon level, stuff like that. I'd really love to see stuff.
Very cool. Very cool. Simon. Are we ready? Are we ready? Hello.
Let's do this.
Let's do this, indeed. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You braced? Okay, Here we go.
My Star Wars. Ta-da.
Off to a great start. Sorry. Continue, please.
Black Series got announced May the 4th. It was, and these all got announced, so pretty cool. We got some more Mandalorians, so Sheik, Hawk, and then a single Sheik Hawk, which is pretty cool. My favorite was the Phantom Menace trio. That was really, really cool and a big announcement. We haven't got that yet in the Phantom Menace set. There isn't much in that set. Then we've got a Super Battle Droid, which is really cool. And then the ones that I have pre-ordered for myself is Yoda and General Kree, and then Palpatine, all in the Black Series. So, yeah, really looking forward to all these. So
nice. I do like that Yoda and what did you say, General something or other?
General Kree, yeah,
they look pretty cool. The and I'm not criticising Simon, I really am not. But the Phantom Menace image, is that image stretched, or are the figure? Because the figures look a bit weird to me.
No, it's not straight. I think it's just the way it is, just sat.
The
in
packaging
the
or
box.
something.
It's an imitation one. It's not a full.
Oh, right, I see.
Well, that looks to me like an artist rendering of what the box is
Yeah.
going to look like.
Okay,
not an actual photo
okay,
of the
got
box,
it.
yeah.
Because Qui-Gon looks like he's got his neck stretched compared to Darth Maul. Do you know what I mean? They look a bit weird. Okie dokie. Good.
Is Darth Maul finally cloth, or are they going with plastic again? Because I can't tell from that image.
The image looks cloth, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's cloth this time around.
Mm-hmm.
Finally. There's been the plastic one for years, which is horrible.
Yeah.
Fuzzy's on form tonight. Fuzzy's on. My slide was tat. Oh look, more Mando figures nobody cares for. Fuzzy's just holding on for the cereal toys and fish fingers that Sorrel's going to show him. That's all he's waiting for.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, Simon. I mean, I don't collect Black Series. I know. Have you sold yours now, Simon? Or are you in the
No.
process?
I've still got all my Black Series. I counted them, didn't I? I've got over 200. So
That's right.
They're all still in box, aren't they, Peter?
all
And,
still in box.
Displayed so you can't see the
Displayed
actual
sideways.
figures.
Nicely displayed.
The sides of the box. The
The
side
sides of
items.
the box.
Yeah.
Looks lovely.
Just
Looks lovely.
expensive posters, basically.
James, back to you, bud. What's
This
this?
just shows how long since we've done this show last, because this was ages ago. Like this was when we were in London. This happened. So Helldivers, we've talked about it a few times now. Game myself and Peter. We haven't played in a couple of weeks at least, but
No.
yeah. So it just went through this whole there was so much goodwill for that game for the first couple months, and then Sony just shot it all away. So basically, the game is launched on PC and PlayStation, but it's a PlayStation Studios game. So originally, you needed to have a PlayStation Network account to play the game on PC. Because there was such demand for the game when it launched, they weren't expecting the numbers. They waived it for temporarily for a couple months. So they basically announced that, you're now going to need a PlayStation Network account, and PC gamers just fucking lost their shit. How dare you and all this. Even though it was established at the beginning that this was going to be a thing. And it's not like out of the ordinary, like Ubisoft games, EA games, all of them like require you to sign up for these accounts like to play them. So basically, numbers just like tanked, and then there was an issue where they were selling the game in countries that you couldn't have a PlayStation account in. So that was the problem, like, and people got pissy, and I think that's fair enough to be pissy about that. Like, oh, you're removing the game from us. But then basically, player numbers just dipped. It got like review bombed on Steam. Like, it went from like highly positive, exclusively positive, almost to like almost completely negative. And the player numbers haven't really recovered since. So like they eventually backed down. They said, okay, you don't need it. But they've removed it from sale in countries that you can't have a PlayStation Network account in, and people, it just threw away so much goodwill. Like it's kind of insane, and I don't think it's really recovered from it yet. You know,
I think around the same time, but they nerfed some of the kind of this loadouts and the weapons and things.
Yeah,
that pissed people off.
I think
Yeah.
this is happening with a lot of those hype games. It's happened with Power World as well. Their numbers have really tanked. So you get these games and everyone buys into them, and they're so busy for the first month or so, and then they just lose their numbers.
I mean, that's the same with most things, isn't it? In terms of excitement. I mean, even if you look at us guys, we were absolutely gushing about this game. I've not played it for probably 4 weeks, 3 weeks now. You kind of get that burst of excitement, don't you? And then you drop a little bit.
Now, I've also seen a lot of people complain about content. Like, there's not been that much worthwhile. Now, there is a new enemy faction coming at some point. Like, even there was recently, I think, like a planet got sucked into a black hole. So presumably,
there's a black hole.
They're coming through the black hole. That's how they're going to come. So, like, that's probably any day now that like the Illuminous faction's going to come in, and that'll, I think, reinvigorate it a little bit. But like, it's been a few months now of like just trickling out a weapon or a stratagem here or there, where I think they need to really like gear it up a bit. You know.
I mean, I stopped playing because of pricks keep shooting us and pushing us and things like that. You know, who want to be friends.
My bad.
I'm really interested.
And Simon just wandering off into the wilderness by himself.
Dying.
Simon, we're trying to leave.
I'm getting samples.
There's shiny things over here.
Hey, I'm the only one who gets the samples. So.
Yeah, but you don't distract them because you're.
Anyway, we've got Andy in the chat. It's Andy's birthday today. Andy's 53. Nice to see you, Andy. Happy birthday to you. No, it's nice to see you, Andy. Many happy returns. Dr. Von Hoot, I like toys. Von Hoot, this is not the kind of toys you collect. I know you're into those Gwyneth Paltrow special toys and things like that. You're all off the internet. These are action figures made. MJ Comics, good to see James Pack. I was starting to think I was going to take his spot.
Everyone would be better off, to be honest, I think.
Yeah, we'll talk. Peter's looking very Willy this year. What do you mean by that? I remember Willy. Yeah, that's probably not a book you've ever read. He had a flat cap, Willy, didn't he? I don't understand what he means.
You seem like a flat cap kind of guy, Pete.
Fuck you.
You wear that like you wear like a woolly trench coat when we go out. So like I feel like a flat cap's not that far.
A woolly trench coat.
Yeah,
it's a stylish
flat cap.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, Luke's a flat cap kind of.
Luke does wear a flat cap. That's funny. Yeah.
I forgot. How dare you forget? What kind of a friend are you, Ed? Terrible behaviour. Right, guys, back to me for 1/6 scale. Now, I just wanted to show these because, do you know, sometimes when you see a figure and you think, I don't understand. You know, 1/6 scale figures are pretty pricey, even the third-party figures. So you're looking at about 160 to 185 quid for these figures. You are familiar with G.I. Joe, Destro, and Cobra Commander? I've recently picked up Destro. I've already got a version of Cobra Commander. But they've released these straight after they've released the kind of the normal version. Profit Director Destro with burning money shades in a gold kind of costume and leopard print stuff. And then the Supreme Cobra Commander in gold and red. Now I quite like the Cobra Commander.
I was about to say I dig it. It's got very like a Napoleon-y kind of look to it, you know.
The Destro's just weird. I mean, like, who's buying a leopard print Destro?
They did the same thing with the Hasbro figures, didn't they? With the G.I. Joe Classified, they made the exact same too in that scale, straight after each other.
I wonder if this is from a episode of the cartoon or a comic or something like that I'm just not familiar with it, and it's kind of like a fan favorite or something.
So are these resculpted and retooled, or are they just repaints of the ones that are already done?
Christ on a bike, Keegan, man. Mute yourself when that snot show's coming
Am I
off.
not?
will you?
Am I not?
No, you're not.
on
We heard,
On
we
my
heard,
phone.
we heard that.
Right,
We heard
oh
that
my
in
God.
stereo, man. Nearly blew
Oh,
my
that-
bloody ears off.
I sincerely apologize.
Jesus, a steaming jet of snot
So
coming
sorry.
from you.
I had no. My mic's hooked up to my earphones.
We
for
don't
that.
want to. You're off for friggin' 2 weeks and you come back with that.
So
Jesus,
sorry.
Not in it all.
That's embarrassing. I apologize.
you've made poor fuzzy Kip.
That's getting clipped anyway. So
That is getting clipped. That is going
sorry, I had to
viral.
blow my nose. Okay, let's all be adults here. Yeah. All right.
I mean, the chat's kicking off, big style. Yeah.
I thought my mic was hooked. Well, at least that's all I did. You know. So. I've been muting myself like when things happen.
Do you remember that show we did? I think
when
it
I show
was.
my ass crack? Yeah, I do.
Well, yeah, when you bent over and showed your ass crack, that was a good one. No, I was thinking about the one where Jason farted and thought nobody heard, but we all kind of went.
immediately
"Oh."
called him on it. Yeah. Jason,
Anyway, sorry, Luke.
my sincerest apologies.
Sorry, Luke. To answer your question, it's pretty much just a repainted. I think that the money doesn't come with the original, and the shades don't come with the original. But yeah, I do quite like the Cobra Commander, but it's quite sexy. But yeah, interesting. I'll not be buying them. I don't think, unless they come down drastically in price. I might pick up the Cobra Commander. But yeah,
Not buying them, but you're getting Cobra.
I might. Yeah, I always say I'm not going to buy them, but you know the chances are. Sorrel. This is sticking with Mondo.
Yeah, sticking with Mondo. Look at this Megan that they've announced. This is awesome, to be fair. This is the best Megan I've seen so far that's been announced. I like the tore up skinned head as well. That's really cool.
I'm liking this. This
Didn't you hate
looks.
the movie?
I didn't hate the movie. I didn't think
Disliked
it,
the movie.
I didn't dislike it. I didn't think it was as good as it could have been. I felt a bit meh about
hate it.
the movie.
So do you know what I was about to say something similar in the sense of I watched the movie and I thought the movie was pretty good. Like I haven't gone back to revisit it, but I'm very surprised how much this character has taken off. Because, like, for example, we've got action figures of this robot, but we don't have one for, say, like Ex Machina or anything like that, and that seems very strange. Because I would argue that that's a better movie.
Yeah.
And I'd much rather have action figures of that character than this one.
I mean, this is more popcorny slasher kind of
Yeah.
thing, whereas Ex Machina is a very kind of,
Yeah.
artsy.
You've-
I
Arty.
suppose.
Arty.
I think-
yeah.
When it comes to merchandise as well, you're also forgetting that like you get the younger collectors as well that would want Megan on the shelf. A bit like Five Nights at Freddy's, a bit like the Freddy and Jason. There are the characters that are recognized universally, not just by someone who's seen the deep cut movies. Like you say, it's a popcorn film. It was popular. It's got a sequel coming out next year.
Yeah.
It has got a
Yeah.
sequel, a Megan 2.0. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else you can like do with this figure, because they've said there's going to be more announcements and more things added to it. This is like the basic version or something, and there's going to be like more stuff added. But this isn't normally a scale I deal in. I'm a 6-inch collector, but even I saw this and I'm like, yeah, I might have to get that. That looks awesome.
I mean, you've got a 1/6 scale Sam, haven't you, from Trick or Treat?
Yeah, I got the 1/6 scale Sam from Treat, but that's only because the price was like reasonable.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling Mondo is going to cost me a couple of £100. Sam only cost me about 95.
Basic price for Mondo is around about $240,
There you go.
and then you've
Sam
got
only
the
cost
te-
me just short of 100.
yeah. Then you've got the shipping on top of. Sorry, you've got the customs on top of that if you get
Yeah.
stung by it.
Yeah.
Von Hood saying the extended cut is more fun. I didn't even
I
realise
didn't
there was
even
an
know there was
extended
one.
cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mad, isn't it? Yeah.
Bit more violent.
I think that, do you know what, that, and I think I said this at the time, James, that
Yes.
was probably my point. It didn't
Didn't go hard
feel
enough. Yeah.
like it was a hard enough horror for us. And speaking of not a hard enough horror, and we'll talk about it later on, guys, I went to see The Watched the other night. Wow, that's an interesting movie. But yeah, we'll pick up on that later. So yeah, I like the look of this. This looks pretty darn cool. Luke, I am liking this as well.
Yes. So start First of all, the Predator Throne, being pre-orders, you have to make sure you get your order in ASAP because this is going to end within 9 days now. So anyone who's collecting the NECA of Aliens and Predator lines will probably want to get this sharpish. And then obviously we have this exclusive. We have every month, I'm making my slides, putting them together, and all of a sudden Simon puts a little post up of the very image that I've already used. And it's just like, come on now, Simon, stay in your lane. But no, all jokes aside, we all looked at this and thought it was cool. So, is anyone going to go out and buy it? I myself actually stopped collecting the Predator figures. I've got a few, but I don't feel like I need too many more.
Yeah, I've got City Hunter Predator from NECA. I'll not be buying more, but I do like this effect. What about the rest of you? Is this the kind of thing you should go for?
The NECA Predator Throne came out a little while ago because this is a re-release. So I've got the original one, which is identical, and it is a damn awesome throne to sit them on. To be fair, and I've got what's he called? He's called Ajax something. The one that begins with A. Ahab Predator. I've got him sat on mine. But it's good. It's good. It's a good throw. It's worth picking up.
Nice piece.
So is this an exact re-release, or have they modified it in any way? Because I didn't even know that they had already released one of these.
Yeah, no, it's just a straight up re-release. They did the same during that Monster Mayhem with both Freddy accessory packs and the Jason accessory pack. So you can put Jason underwater with the chain to hold him up. You could do Freddy's furnace and then all the accessory packs. They all got re-released because all these accessory packs were so hard to come by when they first came out. Because they came out some years ago now, and especially the Freddy ones go for a pretty penny online. So, so all the re-releases were just to make sure collectors could get them, basically, which I think is really good.
Yeah, it does look cool, mind. It does look cool. I like it. I like the look of it. Okay, Simon. Now I have to say. Now I know people will get excited about this. This is Star Wars HasLab, and you can tell what it is in a bit. I think this is dog shit. This does note for me. I have to say. But tell Will.
It's more for vintage line. So this isn't the Black Series that I collect. This is on the vintage line where they do more vehicles and everything like that. This is basically HasLab, and it's starting at $3.99. So back at
But what is it? It's the Cantina scene, isn't it?
It's Cantina series. It's already got 4,000 backers out the 8,000, so it's nearly made it. So it's halfway there for the backers. So people want it. So it might not be for you, Peter, but
look at it.
For those who want the dioramas of, it's the full Cantina set. So
yeah, you know what? I get that this isn't my wheelhouse. It just for me just looks plastic shite.
Right,
to
it's
be
very
honest.
messy, I think, as well. There's so many bits.
It's only a full Cantina. If you buy the deluxe version, you've missed that off, Si. The standard version will give you basically a little bit of the Cantina, like the 3 stalls and the main atrium bit. But then you can buy all the other bits and all the extra accessories as an add-on package. Which I
still think there's some missing. Is there an
there's more
extended
of them
version?
Yeah, there's more than that. And what I love more is the fact that they've included more than 100 cups, and they're boasting about that. I think that's brilliant.
Well,
and if you get the accessory. If you get the accessory pack, you get an additional 20 more cups to make it 120 cups. Yes!
That'd be the shit when you're putting it on the table, it'll stick to your finger and fly away then, and you have to go fucking find it.
You'll try and resell it, and some knob will say, "Oh no, there's only 99 cups here. I want to deduct £150, please." Yeah. It boggles my mind sometimes, the stuff, and I mean, I know I accept. I buy a lot of cack as well. People might say, "Hey, that's shite for the price," and Cat Slayer and stuff like that. But for me, this just doesn't out for us for the price at all.
Well, I don't understand why this can't be at retail. Like, break it down into sections and literally just sell it, and people will either buy the bits that they want or buy the whole thing in parts. I don't see why this can't just be in a toy shop, like for kids to go and pick up.
It could be a bunch of series of modular stuff, like you say. They could release one of the booths with Han and Greedo in it, one of the booths with Luke and Obi-Wan in it. Then you've got the main atrium bit with the guys that you've got in this set, they could do it so easily. And even I think they've missed a trick by not including the stage to put the band on, because they released the band vintage set as a box set last year.
Yeah,
and you've got nowhere to stick them in there, which seemed like a missed opportunity.
I still think they need to put the Rancor back into shops. You know, that was a missed opportunity that they didn't go ahead with that.
Yeah. Moving on. That's not a one for me, I don't think, I have to say. James, Assassin's Creed.
Yep, new Assassin's Creed got announced. So this is people have been clamoring for years for an Assassin's Creed game set in like feudal Japan, and here we are, and people are angry, obviously. So I sort of understand why. So basically, you play as there's a historical character who was like an African. I think he was a slave who came to Japan, and he kind of worked his way up. And legend, his name's Yusuke, but he kind of became a samurai, so he's known as like the Black Samurai. So he's the protagonist of this game. So it's the first time you're a historical figure, and then the other character is like a fictional daughter of the emperor who's like a shinobi. But people are kind of mad because I think people always wanted from like a samurai Assassin's Creed game to be like a Japanese character in it. So I think that's, we're getting what we wanted, but with like a caveat to it. You're an exception to the rule, not the thing that people wanted. But my argument would be go play Ghost of Tsushima if you want that, But yeah, like I'm kind of interested in it. For me, like Assassin's Creed lately have been getting so big, it's just I don't even bother playing them because there's just like I don't have 100 hours to put into this thing, But there was a gameplay trail at Summer Games Fest yesterday. It looks quite interesting, and they've been talking about some of the tech behind it. So, as like the seasons change, like ice will melt, so there'll be like an ice road over a lake that you can use to like get into like a camp, and when it melts it's a lake so you can swim in instead, like go underneath or something. So like that sounds quite cool. I'm interested in that. So this is the first Assassin's Creed game that's just on the new consoles, not on PS4 and Xbox One. So curious to see like how this comes out, how this looks.
I don't think I've ever played an Assassin's Creed game. I've seen. Did they do a really dodgy movie with
Fassbender? Yeah, they did indeed. Yeah, there was there's some great ones in the 4 Black Flag is the pirate one.
Yeah, that's the best one. The Black Flag.
Yeah, I think so as well. Assassin's Creed 2, it's like the Renaissance. That's quite cool. I remember the first one being like that was like the first game that felt like really like, oh, this is next gen. This is HD. So yeah, like they've just kind of gone in a direction I'm not a big fan of. Like they're big RPGs now. But yeah, I'll see how reviews are. If it's great, I'll give this a go. But I sort of would have preferred a Japanese protagonist rather than like going this route. But I'm not necessarily against it.
Interesting. Just going back to that, Fuzzy's saying someone could 3D print that for 50 quid of materials. Yeah. I agree, Fuzzy. Get Highland G on that to get one knocked off. This is 3-0. This is
I love that for once this isn't me. I just love that.
Yeah. This is a life-size vinyl Peppa Pig. So yeah, if you've ever wanted full life-size Peppa Pig with a hand reaching out to around your groin area, look, you could get one and you could have it in your room with you.
Is it it says figure, but is it just a statue? Does it move?
I think it's just a huge plunk chunk of plastic.
Yeah.
I assume you can move the arm, like rotate
Yeah,
it.
sure. It
Vinyl
looks
figure
pretty
is
static. It's vinyl, isn't it? Yeah, so it's probably solid.
Okay.
Who is this for? I don't understand.
Kids.
How much? Yeah, but how much? Yeah, but it's gotta be like 250.
I've ordered it.
So.
I've ordered one.
Of course.
But this is about $300.
Oh, it lights up as well.
Yeah, the teddy bear head.
I can imagine. I can see the thumbnail now, like Peter standing there holding its hand.
Honestly, like Peppa Pig, like my assumption.
Oh.
I've seen it in the background in like House with Kids.
Peter, you have to buy it just so that we can put you in your Baywatch costume again with Wellington boots and you can go jumping in muddy puddles.
My assumption is like, because like Peppa Pig is for like young, like up to 3, 4, 5. Are parents gonna want to buy this to fuck it out after like 3, 4 years? Like because it takes up so much room You know, like
I think you're being very negative towards this.
Yeah.
James.
What's it retail at, Peter? Do you know?
It's
300
still about 300.
300 quid.
Oh.
Yeah, the price
$300,
hasn't gone
yeah.
down yet. So
Yeah.
it's not on sale yet. Yeah. It's. I mean, if you're a big Peppa, if you're an adult collector who's a big Peppa Pig, nostalgic for Peppa Pig, go for it. Like,
Now, if this was the dogs from Paw Patrol, I'd be all over it. I'd have a whole army of them.
I mean, like
that.
if it was a life size Scooby Doo, I'd be in there. You know. So like,
I mean, I'm
can't really
not
say
gonna lie. I think Sorrel's actually ordering one as we speak. Look at his eyes. Yeah, I saw this and I thought, what in the holy shit
strange,
is
isn't it?
that?
It's
So
very
yeah,
strange.
I'm
Absolutely.
more scared if they're going to make an even bigger one for Daddy Pig. You know what I mean?
yeah. Oh god, horrendous. Sorrel, I'm not a pop man, but these are quite nice.
Yeah. So these are based on the Ben Cooper style masks from back in the day. That's what these are based on, the color scheme, and they look really cool. Gotta admit. Not too fond of the Dracula with the lines, but I think Gilman and the Bride of Frankenstein look proper awesome. But,
So-
yeah, the Dracula
so-
is a bit weird.
A newbie question then, because I should know this, but why is he Gillman and not Creature from the Black Lagoon?
What's his name? He's Gilman.
Is that
And-
what it's?
Less words, less letters to put
Yeah.
on the box.
well, I'm
Oh,
gonna.
yeah, 'cause
kiss-
otherwise
I'm
they'll
gonna-
be putting the creature of the black lagoon. Same as
Yeah.
how they put Frankenstein, they don't put Frankenstein's monster.
I was just about to say,
Technically,
I was want to be
yeah.
a snob and say, well, that's
Yeah.
not Frankenstein, is it? So,
And they put
yeah.
Dracula instead of Count Dracula.
Yeah.
I like the.
We'll,
I like
we'll
the
write
hyper,
them. We'll write to them a very strong letter to say that we've discussed it.
I'm digging the hyper saturated kind of look to them though. I think that's
Yeah,
quite,
I'm loving the
I
colours.
like it, yeah.
Do they glow in the dark?
No.
They look like they should, don't they? Yeah, the
Yeah, they
greens.
look like they should. I'm pretty sure that at one of the Comic Cons this year, we're going to see a glow in the dark variant of that Gilman and Frankenstein
Yeah. Yeah.
easily.
I like these. I do like these. And just as a bit of a segue there, you guys will know that there's been a whole host of new monster comic books come out. So we've had Dracula, we've got Creature at the moment. They've just shown some cover artwork for the new Frankenstein book, and it looks friggin' phenomenal. It looks amazing. So yeah, looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I just got the second issue of Gilman the other day, the creature, and it's a good book. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it is very cool. Good. I like them. I like them a lot. Luke.
Yeah, so this is my my Mattel slide. So they're still knocking it out of the park with these Origin figures. You know, I myself don't collect them for me, but I do collect them for my son. He loves them, and these are the Filmation ones. So these are based like more on the cartoon series. Again, I mean, we were just talking about Gilman. You know, I love Merman and Gilman and all of those sort of like aquatic creature-like things. So that's definitely one that I'm going to be on the lookout for to pick up. I think Smith Toys have them. So I'll be heading down there. Then we've got.
I've got just to interrupt. Sorry for a slight moan, Luke. I'm getting quite irritated with all of these re-releases of older figures and things now, because I was at a toy fair on Sunday, and it's becoming quite apparent that some unscrupulous sellers are selling these kind of figures out of the box, but with vintage prices stuck on them. So you've really got to have your eyes about you when you're looking at these, because there was a
It's the
very
knee
definitely.
joints. You can tell
Yeah.
by the if it's got all the articulation points,
Yeah.
then it's a newer
Peter,
one.
I know you're salty that you bought the wrong bloody Ghostbusters.
I was in
figure,
Dublin,
okay?
bought
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. I did,
But
but
that's
I
your own
was
goddamn fault for not checking.
I was
okay?
stood on Saturday looking at a whole host of He-Man figures, and I thought the colours on these just look too
I think-
vibrant.
I think the ones that you really got to watch out for, and I'm sure there's a way to tell because I just not that knowledgeable about it, but it's people swapping out the accessories. You know, when people have lost weapons and they're using the new weapons to go with the older figures and then putting that price point up, that's going to be a lot harder to spot.
Yeah. Sorry for interrupting you.
No, that's fine. So I'm going to pick those up for my boy because he absolutely loves Masters of the Universe, which I'm very proud of. I'm so glad that he's just kind of gravitated toward that all of his own. And then, the Hammond collection, Jurassic Park, continues to knock it out the park. We're getting more dinosaurs. I was originally very wary of the Hammond collection. You know, I started collecting the Amber collection, which was the slightly larger figures. And when they axed that line before it was actually complete, I was kind of like throwing my toys out the pram and everything else. But actually, since then, this Hammond collection is going strength to strength. And we're getting a lot more characters, a lot more dinosaurs. I'm all for it. You know, I'm really enjoying what they're putting out. It is quite difficult to get them over this side of the pond, though. You know, they do show up on like props and replicas and stuff like that, and you can get them, but just very limited supply. It's quite difficult.
They're very detailed as well. I do like them.
They are. I mean, for a collector item, you know, they could be more detailed. Like they don't always paint like each claw and stuff like that on the feet. But someone like me who has the paints available, I paint that myself and I'm ready to go. But I can see why some people do complain that a slightly higher priced figure isn't getting that sort of treatment. Me personally, I think this should just be what the toy line is. I think that, you know, this is perfect. These are toys, and I think this is what kids want as well. I've even started buying my son some of these whenever they're cheap enough. I really like them.
Very cool. Very cool. I like them. Simon, back to you.
Yes. On to Marvel Legends now. So I think I already announced this one, but I'll show it again. It's the Scar, Son of Hulk, which is in the celebrating 85 years of Marvel, which it looks a really cool figure. So so that one's on there. Then you have the Cabal, which is a really nice triple pack. So Taskmaster, Iron Patriot, and Doctor Doom, which I really think that Marvel Legend collectors are they're going to love that one. I think that one's a really good one. And then the Hulkbuster. So first Hulkbuster sort of figure we've got without the Builder figure. So
nice. I like the Doom figure. I'm racking me brain here. I know Sorrel's a comic book reader. The Cabal. I don't remember Taskmaster being part of that initial Cabal team up. I know the Hood was, and Doom definitely an Iron Patriot and whatnot, with Norman Osborn. But I don't remember Taskmaster being part of it. It's interesting that they've slapped him in there. Maybe it's a more modern version, I don't know.
The proportions on that Hulkbuster look really off.
Yeah, he looks quite odd. Well, I think when he's in the box he looks odd. I don't know about outside.
Looking a bit chunky in the middle.
Oh, fat shaming. That's terrible, James. Should be ashamed. But I see what you mean. I do like the Doom figure, mind. I think the Doom figure looks pretty cool. And Scar looks pretty interesting as well. It looks far better than he was in that She-Hulk show. Apologies.
How did they do that? How did they make him look so bad?
Yeah, Taskmaster's not listed as one of the original members of the team. It was Green Goblin, Doctor Doom, Loki, Emma Frost, Namor, and Hood.
Yeah.
They were the characters. Apparently Taskmaster came a lot later.
Yeah.
But he wasn't part of the original lineup.
But obviously he's going to feature in the Thunderbolts movie. You do wonder if this is a bit of a...
Well, it's also the fact that the Taskmaster and Doctor Doom are both repacks, aren't they? They're both figures we've had previously. They can whack them back in a box and then just stick the new guy in between. You know what I mean? It's an easy re-release. Pretty cool.
James, back to you.
So some Xbox news, just for a bit of a variety. So first one, this was a bit of a shock. More layoffs again. So Microsoft closed a couple of Bethesda's studios. So Arcane Austin, they did the Prey from 2015. Simon, I don't know, or Superstar, did you play that?
No. Prey? No, I didn't watch that one.
You know Prey though, do you?
Yeah, I do. I've heard of it.
Yeah, first person. That's it. Really beloved games. They put out a live service thing last year called Redfall, which was disastrous. Had a shit launch. Nobody played it. It was a Game Pass game, so it was basically free for people with that, and still nobody played it. So that one makes sense, I think, to me. The other one that was surprising, so it's Tango Gameworks. So they did a game last year called Hi-Fi Rush. It's this kind of rhythm action, kind of cartoony game. It won Game of the Year, Xbox Game of the Year at the Game Awards. It's one of the most beloved games of last year, and they just shut the studio down. So they also did the Evil Within series, and it was founded by the guy that created Resident Evil. So that one's that's their most popular game from the last few years, and you go and shut down that studio. I think that's just bizarre to me. And I'd imagine if you're working at another Xbox owned studio, you'd be kind of well, what should we even bother trying? Because you could release the most praised game of the last year and get shut down 8 months, 9 months later, Yeah, mad.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
And then the other one, this is, and I know we've been talking lately, the last few kind of shows about Xbox games on the PlayStation, but like just the idea of a Halo game being on PlayStation sort of mad to me. So apparently there's another Halo remake coming out, which is good because the original game I think is one of the best shooters like ever made. So I'd be keen to play that. I remember I got an Xbox just to play that and loved it. So yeah, excited for that. Although they only had a remake, I think like 8 or 9 years ago, so it feels like a bit soon to do another one. But yeah, I think it'd be good.
I think Halo Season 2 has been getting a bit of heat, hasn't it? I think the first season was panned, but the second season seems to be getting more positive praise. I wonder if that's pushing them on to... Yeah, apparently it's much better than the first season. I haven't watched either, mind.
Possibly, but I think another kind of part of the strategy is like you get PlayStation gamers to play one of them, and then, you want to play the newest one, buy the Xbox, or get a PC and get on.
Have you seen? Obviously, Xbox Showcase is coming up, so there's loads of new games announced there.
Yeah, I have a summer game. It was the other day, Simon. So I have one of the announcements at that, and I have a couple. I sent Peter the slides before it was finished, so I'll talk about them. But I think it's the next slide. So.
Very cool. Just a couple of third-party figures, just for you to have a little look-see at. I quite like that Vin Diesel one. I think that's pretty cool. From what's the movie called again? I can't remember. Is it
Riddick?
Pitch Black, yeah, and Riddick, yeah. I think they've got the likeness of him pretty good there.
I think so too. I'm really looking at it. It's very good, isn't it?
The only downside is the exposed joint, obviously, but some people get excited about that.
And that you have to buy his family.
You have to, your family. Yeah, you have to buy.
Does it come with a bottle of Corona?
It does.
Okay.
But I think they've done well on the head sculpt on that. It looks pretty cool. I quite like this one as well from Resident Evil. That's not a bad looking figure. It's not a one I would rush out and buy.
It's a good likeness. Jovovich, yeah.
I don't know how many people are desperate for that particular rendition of a character, but I don't know. It looks okay. And then I really do like this ring figure. You get a whole ton of accessories with her. I love the fact you get the well and you can kind of pose her coming out the well. You can also, that TV there, you can pose her coming out of the TV. It kind of it slots in the side.
Yeah.
Lots of play options with that particular figure, so I quite like that. I don't get the head with the tongue sticking out.
That's what I was about to say. What is that?
I don't know what that's all about. Quite often with because this is Present Toys, I think. Quite often with these figures, they did it with the Ghostface one. They do the kind of the standard horror version to entice you in, but then they throw in like a scary movie version. So with the Ghostface one, you've got the kind of the weird
maybe
face.
That's Scary Movie 3 did the ring, so maybe. That's
so I'm wondering if that's what this is, Yeah. But I have to say, I do think that's a pretty cool looking figure. I think they've nailed it in terms of the hair and the colour. Yeah, I just think it looks pretty good. Pretty good. So yeah, there are just a couple of third-party figures to tantalise you. Oh, Sorrel.
Yeah, Rush Collectibles have been given the licensing for Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and the Poohniverse. So they're making all the figures for it. These are old school. Yes, these are old school 5POA figures. And Rush Collectibles have been teasing this Winnie the Pooh figure from Blood and Honey 2. It does look really cool. I'll be definitely grabbing these. They've got a Tigger in the works as well, based on the second movie.
I need to get on this movie and see what it's like.
Have you never seen the first one?
No, James has, but I've not seen the first one. But I've heard the second one's actually watchable.
I've heard it's got. I will. We'll do a twofer, I think, for when the third one comes out, or maybe when the Versus one comes out or something.
Me and my buddy Ryan, when we were doing our horror podcast, we were lucky enough to interview the gentleman that plays Winnie the Pooh in the first film, and he gave us some cool, stories from behind the scenes and stuff, which kind of made it more fun to watch once you know who's behind the suit and all the tricks and stuff that we're doing. Okay. But no, the film itself is people recently gave it the worst horror film of all time or something award, but it does not deserve that. I've seen a lot worse films than this. Admittedly, it's low budget and it's gonna be for what it is, but it's still a fun watch.
Yeah, the first one. It's up there. It's pretty bad, it's yeah.
But this, this figure looks like a chunky monkey. It looks like a solid, well-built figure, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what
So
these are.
Rush
these are like.
Collectibles generally make like wrestling action figures based on the old style wrestling figures. That's why he's got the movable waist, the arms lift up and down, and his hands will be in like that kind of a pose, like a grip
Yeah.
pose, like wrestlers. So it is made to look like one of the wrestling figures that they normally put out.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Looking forward to seeing more of that. And every time someone tells us about the what do you call it? The Pooh-verse? The Poonie?
The Ponyverse.
The Poonie. Yeah,
I
God.
forgot it was called the Ponyverse. I love that.
We've got Peter Pan's up next.
yeah.
Neverland's
Bam.
Nightmare.
Bambi.
Bambi.
That's the trailer for that.
Have you not read the comic book yet then? Because the comic
No,
book's out.
I've seen the comic, yeah,
You need
yeah.
to read the comic.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh with two guns, with two machine guns. Funniest thing on the planet.
Yeah, interesting stuff. I can't wait to see Luke's reaction when they do this with Popeye in a few years' time. Because that's coming, isn't it? That's coming.
He doesn't drink spinach. He drinks blood.
Yeah.
It's coming for all our favourites.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Eventually, it will happen for everything.
Captain America in 10 years now.
Yeah. That's a great tagline, actually. He doesn't drink spinach. You should copyright that quickly, James.
Try.
Simon. I quite like these.
It's not my slide.
Not his slide.
Luke. I quite like these.
Remember, I know why you said Simon, because he always wants to talk about the DC
He
Universe
does.
figures.
He does. I just assumed it was him. Yeah.
But no, Simon, if you've got anything that you want to throw in, please do. So the DC multiverse figures, particularly this Dark Side, it's like sold out everywhere. I personally don't have any interest in it, but obviously the fact that it has sold out means that a lot of people do. So I thought it was worth sharing. Like I say, not really one for me, but others might enjoy it. However, these Batman figures, I didn't realize that I wanted these until I saw them. Like, these look fun. These, especially that Two-Face figure, I feel like I have to have it. So yeah, that might be one that I pick up. But I very rarely see this stuff in shops. I'm not even sure where you can get it outside of actually pre-ordering it online. Maybe Sorrel, you know, I don't.
Being
is
in
this the sort of
bargains
thing
gets a
that-
lot of them, to be honest.
Yeah. Forbidden Planet are probably going to be the nearest thing around here for it, to be honest. I'm more excited with the fact that they've done Batman and Robin. Now they're doing Batman Forever. So I'm praying and hoping that the next one is going to be, the Batman Returns. We're going to get Danny DeVito, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for that next.
That'll be an all-in. If they do Batman Returns, I'm all in.
Well, I don't really even collect the DC stuff anymore, but I've kept Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, and I'm gonna get Riddler and Joker. Sorry, Riddler and Two-Face, and hopefully they'll keep doing these lines. I can keep collecting all the campy villains from the old movies.
Yeah, they do look cool, I have to say. And there's something quite nice, I think, about knowing that you can just get 4 figures and that's it done. That's the set. Do you know what I mean? For that particular franchise movie. So yeah, very cool. I like them. Fuzzy's just saying he's got both issues of Pooh versus Bambi and he's not read any of it yet. You'll have to read it and let one know, Fuzzy, what you think. What you think of it. This is... I can tell it's the same because it's got anime cack on it.
No, this is my
Yeah.
one.
Is it?
And this is SH Fig Arts and SH Monster Arts. So the first one is a Godzilla, and it's a 70th anniversary Godzilla. So yeah, that was really cool.
How bizarre that you get this like weird perspex see-through stand for his flame breath, which I'm presuming by the looks of it is articulated so you can move his flame breath to different angles or something.
His flame breath should be the stand that holds him up.
Yeah.
Like, literally, he could lean on it, couldn't he?
I don't
Like,
think
wouldn't
it
be a
clicks
problem.
in. I think you just hold it in the mouth, so that's to hold the breath up.
Right.
Is my
Okay.
guess anyway. But it's also you can direct it.
It will. I think it will click in because it does with the Street Fighter figures and things.
Then what's
with
the
theirs.
point of having it on the thing then?
Just so it doesn't snap because it'll be a weight
Yeah.
in the end.
Yeah, it's just weighty. So.
ruins the
It-
effect. I think
it does, it just looks weird.
Should add a building that like it like goes past or something that you put in.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. So that's the Godzilla. They are quite small figures. Like I always wanted them to be a lot bigger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being Godzilla figures, but they are tiny. Right. So yeah.
I agree with you there, Simon, and not just for these ones, but for all Godzilla figures. I've never
Yeah.
been happy with the size of a Godzilla figure. Like when you can
No.
get other dinosaur figures so much larger, I've never found a decent sized Godzilla
You
figure.
can get some big ones, mind. I'm trying to think of the
Yeah,
name of the
price point goes really high though.
Yeah, I got a one from Toy Fair a little while ago, which I ridiculously and stupidly gave away to someone. But that was a good size, and it was in like a huge box. I didn't pay much for it, to be honest. I've always fancied picking up another one.
The monster arts are all in scale with each other, though. So if they made Godzilla bigger, imagine how big King Ghidorah would be. If they made Godzilla bigger, it's already. I mean, King Ghidorah doesn't fit on my shelf. It's massive. The wingspan of that thing is huge.
That's the sort of thing that I feel like these HasLabs and all that lot should be doing, as opposed to the cantinas that can be 3D printed. Like
Absolutely.
I want the big figures.
The big stuff. Fuzzy's saying needing a rest to hold up its fire breath is outrageously bad design. I agree, Fuzzy. And I would also say it doesn't even look well thought out. I mean, have a clear design, not kind of individual squares with white lumps all over it. Do you know what I mean? It just looks shoddy, shitty. Speaking of shitty, what the hell is that, Simon? What's going on with these things?
So
bit
yeah,
harsh.
so this is Dragon Ball GT, which is a big fan favorite for the anime lot. So you've got Pan there, Goku, and Trunks. So it's
Trunks.
Dragon Ball GT. So SH figure art. So, I tell you what,
Can I guess which one's Trunks?
It's the one wearing Trunks, isn't
It's
it?
the one wearing
Have a
Trunks.
guess.
Yeah. Is it the one wearing Trunks? Okay, good.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's the other one. Yeah.
So, but I can guarantee Peter that these will sell out. So weirdly, because it's just Dragon
It's
Ball
very
Z.
popular, isn't it? Dragon Ball
Yeah.
is very popular.
Is this a 3-pack, Simon, or just one figure?
No, these are all single packs. So.
Okay, how much would these be?
I'm not too sure. Pan is a limited run edition one that they've just announced. You can get a little robot figure with her as well, which is the girl. Let me see. I would guess that most Dragon Ball Z retails at $65 to $70, so that would equate to like 50 quid, I would say.
I'm out.
Do they have any bendables?
Yeah. It's got the bendables. It's got...
But yeah, that's how much SH figure arts usually cost. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's a market for these. I know it's incredibly popular, just not for me. But yeah, the cool looking little figures if you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
James, back to you.
Here we go. So this is Summer Games Fest been over the last few days. So there was a few game announcements. So the main kind of show, there was a new trailer for Metal Gear Solid Delta. So this is the Snake Eater remake gameplay trailer. Looks awesome. Can't wait. So it's exactly what people wanted. It's Metal Gear Solid 5 gameplay, but with Snake Eater. And that's one of the best games ever made. So I know that's going to be phenomenal. Like just playing, it's gonna be nostalgic, but have a fresh kind of spin on it. So very excited about that. The Lego Horizon Adventures. This is a bit bizarre. So Horizon's like a PlayStation franchise. Big fan.
That's off years ago, isn't it? Where you bought the Lego sets and things, and
yeah, I bought the one that I never built, the thing from it, and Horizon 2 came out a couple of years ago here, but they're doing a Lego game now. It's on Switch as well, which is what mad to me because it's a PlayStation franchise. But people, I was looking at the trailer and I thought people were going, "Oh, this is shit. Why would you want it?" People seem to be digging it, so I'm like, okay, fair enough. It's just not for me. I might play it. I'll see if reviews are good, but
I've never got me head into the Lego games, the computer
the early
games.
ones, the Star Wars and Harry Potter were good,
Has anyone seen the Pharrell Williams is doing a documentary about himself in Lego format?
Oh no.
Yeah. You're not seen that announcement?
No.
It's Pharrell Williams.
I saw it announced and I was like, why?
Yeah.
Wait, so it's a documentary, but it's like
But in
animated
Lego.
In Lego, yeah.
That's really
about
fun. I like
about
that.
Pharrell Williams, and it has Snoop Dogg in it and everyone. So yeah,
Right, okay, that's funny. I'll
yeah,
check that. I
yeah,
might
check it out. So.
Oh, I'll miss that one. I think I'll miss that.
Yeah. And then the Harry Potter Quidditch game got revealed, officially revealed. So that is out.
I thought that came out years ago, James.
No, so Hogwarts Legacy never had Quidditch in it, and to be honest, I'm happy you mentioned that because I was surprised that they didn't, because that was the best-selling game of last year. Why they didn't do a Quidditch expansion to that rather than this? This is a more kind of Fortnite-y looking, kind of more animated looking one. I loved the PS2 Harry Potter Quidditch game, so I'm really excited for this one and see how the gameplay turns out. But it's also PS Plus day one. It's a PS Plus game, so it'll be free for if you have PlayStation Plus. and but it's on, I believe it's on Xbox and Switch and stuff as well. So yeah, looking forward to that. And then as Simon mentioned, the Xbox showcase, they announced a few games. Biggest one, Gears of War E-Day. So this is a prequel. It's about the first kind of interactions between like the locusts and the humans. So it's like the kind of initial invasion. So you're like a young Marcus Phoenix and Dom. So yeah, there's no gameplay, just a cinematic trailer, but it looks quite interesting. There was also a new Doom game announced that people are pretty buzzed for. Fable got a new trailer as well. So yeah, that looks, it's a really good showcase. Like, I have to say now, I'm very
It's
impressed.
massive showcase. They've got
Compared to what like Sony showed off, I
yeah.
think Xbox is pretty. You know,
They kept it
replaced
quiet
that.
as well. This was a big big announcement.
No.
So
Very cool, very cool. So, for those of you that do play games, which of those excite you? Anybody got any preferences? I'm quite
Metal
keen to
Gear
play
for
Metal
me.
Gear Solid.
Yeah, can't wait.
Sorrel?
Muted.
Quidditch.
Quidditch.
Quidditch is a close second. I'm yeah, playing that day one anyway.
Luke?
If I was going to play any of them, I think again it would probably be the Quidditch, but again that would be nostalgia based from like what James said, the old
Yeah.
PlayStation game, which again we still play here. We still have that and play it with the kids.
Yeah, very cool. I
Embracing
don't think
the
I ever
Ireland.
played that one.
Kick
Don't think I
ass.
played
Yeah,
it.
that's good.
And Simon, how about yourself, bud?
either the Lego one or Gears of War probably for me.
Lego Horizon, really?
I play Lego Fortnite, so I love it.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a Lego Fortnite.
Yeah, Lego. Yeah, there is.
Interesting. Okay, couple of 1/6 scale Star Wars based figures for you. We've got Darth Maul. That's a sexy looking figure. The head sculpt on him is absolutely tremendous. There is a deluxe version which comes with his bike thing, I think it is, that he's got. But this just looks amazing. I'm loving that. I haven't got a Darth Maul, but I'm tempted to pick him up, I have to say. But he would introduce a bit of conflict into my setup because I need a hero, not a villain, to fill my collection, really. We've then got Luke Skywalker from the Dark Empire. Is this from a comic book series, isn't it? Yeah, it's not canon, is it?
No, it's a legend. It's a legend.
Yeah.
It's from the 90s, I think. I fucking love this figure. I just love this. I love seeing these, like, Hot Toys is like an opportunity to see what, like, these what if kind of scenarios would
Yeah.
look like in live action, you know. But I love this design. And
It looks, I have to say, it looks very cool. He does look cool.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Yeah. And then a big fan favourite that the internet's kind of gone a little bit wild for is this Kit Fisto figure. People are loving that. We have had a Kit Fisto before by Sideshow Collectibles, but it was cack.
Yep.
This looks pretty impressive if you like this character design. I had a closer look at some of the head sculpt images. The eyes look amazing. They're just so black and shiny, and he looks pretty cool.
Nice that they incorporated the like kind of pauldrons like from Clone Wars, so like
Yeah.
you can give him his Clone Wars look as well if you want.
Yeah.
Which I think probably most people will go for because he's an actual fucking character. You know.
So 3 pretty cool Star Wars figures. Again, prices on these are pretty pricey, man. You're probably looking around about 300, if not more, for each of these figures. But yeah, they are quite sexy.
So the Luke one is like an artisan kind of thing, isn't it? It's like
So it's even harder to get a hold of.
500 or something.
Yeah. Hot Toys have just put out as well a limited edition Iron Man. I've got no friggin' idea why, but it's a limited edition Iron Man, sponsored by Coca-Cola. So it's it's part of a competition setup. So there's only 20 of them. But yeah, it's interesting. But that would be an
That'll sell
interesting
for,
one to
like,
get a hold of.
$5 grand.
Oh, I'd go mental.
Yeah.
Sorrel.
Yes, Terrifier, the 18-inch Roto plush doll has been announced. They're a weird one, the Roto plush. So I've got the Annabelle one, and it's basically a plastic head, plastic hands, plastic feet, and then the rest of it's like a plush doll, like an old style doll. But they do sit up pretty well, and they have sound effects as well, so it'll make noises and talk. But again, that always things because Art the Clown doesn't talk in any way, shape, or form in any of the films. So I'm intrigued as to what the noises on these talking Art the Clowns are going to be.
It's just weird looking, isn't it?
$79.99, I know as well. It's got a nice price tag attached to it. They know how to charge for it.
hate these type of figures. I hate the clackiness of like the hands and the feet, and no, I hate
Yeah.
it.
The Annabelle one sold out really quick. But it made sense for the Annabelle one because Annabelle does look like that in the film.
Yeah,
She is like a
raggedy
doll
kind
with
of,
the.
isn't
She's
it?
like a doll with a plastic head, so it does make sense for her. But the Art of the Clown one just looks odd. But
Have we only got 2 of these so far?
no,
Or have they
there's
done
a
Freddy
few.
and
They've
Jason
done
and
a
stuff?
They've done a few more. They haven't done Freddy and Jason, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
But they have done a few more of the Roto plushes. Back, I think there's Ghostface and Michael. I think.
Right, because I know Mezco, I think, did a Jason. I know they did a Jason. I think they did a Freddy as well, like the 1/12.
They do.
scale.
Yeah, they do them as like the 1/12 or the Living Dead dolls. They've got all of them in Living Dead doll format as well.
It's funny, but it's just a toy, and I get that. But there's something makes it creepy to me to
the eyes.
just
I
have.
prefer,
the
I
head
prefer
plastic.
the MDS ones. The MDS ones are a lot better. Because I've got the Chucky in MDS, and I've got Sam as well, which is on my desk here in the MDS format as well. They're just a lot better because they can stand up a bit nice, whereas that would have to sit down, and they're a bit big as well. They're a good sort of 12, well, at least 18 inches, you can say. But yeah, they're big. That's what you think.
The vintage collector in me likes this style. Like this reminds me of like the old Simpson toys that we used to have back when we were kids. With the soft body and the hard heads and hands and stuff. But I get what you mean, Peter. There's something a little bit more creepy and sinister about it, especially being a horror doll as well. There's something about that soft body in the center.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, interesting one. I'll not be picking that one up. Are you going to get that one then, Sorrel? Is that one that's going to come home with you?
No, I'm going to get the Living Dead doll. I've got the Living Dead doll pre-ordered to go with the rest of my stuff, and then if they do an MDS, I'll probably get that. Like I say, I only got the Roto plush of Annabelle because I think that matched Annabelle's look.
Yeah,
But the Terrifier one looks weird. But it's funny how we went from having no Terrifier merchandise to having Art the Clown in every format going across every brand.
Yeah, he's everywhere, isn't he? And I've still not seen his movies. I need to get on them as well. Need to get on them. Yeah. Luke.
Yeah, so this was a slide that I just kind of threw together last minute because I still thought that they were worth mentioning. The Mezco 112 Dr. Octopus figure, like, there's just something about that screams like vintage toy.
Classic.
Like, yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, it's a, Mezco has always been great for that sort of stuff. So I might have to pick this up. I don't know where I would put it because it wouldn't go with anything else that I have, but just to be on a shelf somewhere I think would be quite cool, especially with the fabric like lab coat and everything. I think that's a winner. And then we got the Loyal Subjects where we've got Jennika, the female turtle. To my knowledge, this is the first time that we're getting her in action figure form. Sorrel, maybe maybe there's been another one that I haven't seen. The
only other female turtle figure that I remember was the one from Mutations, the TV series on Fox Kids. They made her, didn't they, in like the old style format? But they had no Jennikas. This is the first time we're getting them.
So again, I don't collect these figures. I don't collect the Loyal Subjects figures. So I'm kind of holding out for something else. Like if Playmates do one or if NECA do one, then I'd be all over it. But
I'm surprised NECA. I mean, NECA seemed to be pushing out a whole host of turtle figures, and she featured in Last Ronin, I think.
But they haven't touched anything to do with the IDW series. So I wonder if that's off limits because they've done the animated cartoon, they've done the original Mirage comics, they've done the video game, they've done the movies. But they haven't done anything IDW because if not, there's a whole range of new characters that they could even do for those.
Yeah. I think Fuzzy's right. I was thinking that myself, Fuzzy, that a headband looks really almost a luminous yellow. It's like a highlighter colour, highlighter yellow. It's interesting. I don't remember it being that bright in the comics.
No.
Yeah, but pretty cool figure. Simon.
Yes. So my final slide, and I thought I'd put something a bit different on. So on the left, we've got Ninja Gaiden, and I thought this looked an amazing figure, like, really, really cool figure.
It's Ryu, I think is his name.
Yeah, Ryu. Yeah, from Ninja Gaiden. So this retails about $78. So I don't know what that is in UK pounds, but this is
It
from.
looks very cool, mind. I like that.
There's a
Yeah,
1/6 announced last month, the third party one as well. Yeah.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, and it comes with.
Don't say there is like you knew that, Simon. You didn't see the 1/6. You just sent a picture of that. Oh, this was cool, didn't it?
Simon, don't let him bully you. I believe
know, he's
you.
bullying me
You
again.
knew that, Simon. You knew that,
did.
didn't you?
Stay
Si-
in your lane.
Simon,
God damn it.
Simon, I've just realised you said this was your last slide. That cannot be because there was so much more Hasbro stuff that you should have mentioned. So
Nah.
much.
Who's this interesting-looking young lady, Simon? Who's that?
So this is Ghost in the Shell. Lieutenant, I think her name is Kusanagi.
Commit. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ghost in the Shell complex, which is a very famous anime. So
Was there a film of that as well?
Scarlett
Was there a-
Johansson, yeah.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah.
yeah. So this is from Higher Toys. So
It's not the jacket doesn't look like the right jacket, does it?
It's interesting because
does have a leather jacket though. Yeah.
I've
It's a
seen-
grey one. I remember I had one.
I've seen Ghost in the Shell. I'm sure I've seen the cartoon and the anime cartoon. And I'm sure I've seen the movie. I wouldn't have guessed this was Ghost in the Shell if you hadn't said that, mind. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not familiar enough with the
They
character.
did a series, Ghost in the Shell Complex, with her. So yeah, that's where this one's from. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the movie has like a very more distinct kind of look.
It
We don't
does,
use the
yeah.
B word, Fuzzy. Okay? don't be throwing that around. You're diminishing what people go through.
Cool figures, Simon. Cool figures. I
Yeah.
do like that. I like the Black Ninja type costume.
Yeah,
I
he
think
comes
that's
with
pretty cool.
some amazing accessories. He's got like a ninja stars, and what's the one on the chains, like ball and chain ninja thing.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I
it
know
looks
what you
really cool. So.
mean. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. James, I think you shared some love and kindly threw this one in for Simon. Did you not?
Of course, because he's my very good friend. And he asked me, he said, I want to talk about this Rivals thing, and I've not played it. So I said, oh, well, you know what? I'll throw in a slide for you then. So, Simon, you've been playing. So this is a new, is this on, what's this on? PC, is it? Just PC?
I don't know because I've not been playing this.
You messaged me saying
No.
you're playing, yeah.
Not this
New
one.
Marvel
Not
game.
this one. No.
Fuck's sake. What game are you playing?
Star Wars Hunters on the mobile.
Oh, for fuck's sake, you did. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so- okay, never mind. My bad. Star Wars. So it's well, it's
It's
like
the
this,
thought-
isn't it?
it's the
It's
thought
this,
that
but
counts,
Star Wars.
guys.
Okay, hang on.
It's a trap.
Oh, that was tremendous.
Man, I'm just back from. I'm still on holiday mode. Okay, so yeah, that is my bad. Okay, Simon. Anyway, Star Wars Hunters. You've been playing.
Yeah,
My
Star Wars
apologies.
Hunters on the
Okay.
mobile.
And
It
it's
came
good.
out like a week ago, and it's amazing. Yeah,
Alright.
it's really fun. So, but for a mobile, it's on the Switch as well, which is unusual for a mobile game to come to Switch. So,
And what's the gameplay like?
gameplay is very fast paced. It's like you choose like you can be Wookiee, you can be a Mandalorian, you can be there's a Sith and one robot Jedi, and it's like a sort of battle royale. Like you go in a team of 5 against another team of 5, and you can either do like most kills or capture the flag type thing, A, B, and C, and it's very fast paced, really joyful. Some characters are like healing characters. Some are like the lightsabers, the close combat. You have to do close combat. There we go, Star Wars
There we
Hunters,
go. Okay,
and
this is it.
it's really enjoyable. So yeah, there's always in purchase
Yeah.
sort of extra bits you can get to him, but you don't have to buy anything generally for the game, so you can just play it, and it's really good
How many players is it at once?
at once. So it'll be 10. So because it's five
Okay.
five teams. Yeah,
And
five-man
is it like
team.
class based, or is it kind of like a Fortnite kind of thing? You just pick your weapon and pick your.
You just pick your hunter. Yeah, you choose your
So
hunter.
it's a
and
hero
that's it.
shooter, like an Overwatch kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of these type of games, but with the Star Wars license on it, like I
Slap Star Wars on it and you'll play it, won't you?
well, that's it, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
So
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you very much. Fuzzy's just asking a sidebar. We're going to quickly ask the panel. So I've still not watched it, Fuzzy. Still not watched it, mate. Acolyte. I've not watched the first 2 episodes. I'm probably going to binge some of it this weekend. Anybody seen it yet?
I haven't. No, actually not watched it.
No.
No,
Simon,
I've not heard great things about it.
no spoilers, Simon. Yeah, I'm not hearing good things. No spoilers, but yeah or nay?
It's still early days.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what
I'd say.
a lot of people
Still
are
early
saying.
days.
It's mid. Yeah, you not seen it, Sorrel?
Did you just say
No.
mid? Peter.
No,
What?
it's-
Did you just say mid? It's mid.
It's mid. Did I? Is that what I said?
It's very hip
Yeah.
fucking expression to use.
Keegan, don't try and distract from the fact you just did a massive balls up by trying to move the heat to me, mate.
Well, okay, I mixed up Marvel and Star Wars. It happens, all right.
Very similar properties. Very similar properties. Akashite. Okay. Oh, yeah, well, Phil. Yeah, Phil's a big Star Wars fan. We know that. Just wanted to quickly show these off. These are from InArt. One might have showed the Ron Weasley before, but the Hermione Granger
scary,
is
that is.
just out.
That's
This-
uncanny valley shit right there.
Yeah,
It's-
this is a pricey figure. This is a pricey figure. So this will probably set you back about £500 for the basic figure.
You're wrong, Peter. It won't. It won't set me back.
It won't set you back. It won't set you back. Now, I have to say, people are going crazy about this in the 1/6 world, saying that the Ron and the Hermione are stunning. I have to try and cast my mind back and not see these characters as the most recent version. I can't remember what they looked like in the first film, but I don't think either of those sculpts.
I think the Ron is like unbelievably spot on. Like I think that's incredible. I think the
Scary.
expression even is like perfect. Hermione, there's something, and I can't even pinpoint what it is. Maybe it is that uncanny valley thing of it. So it just doesn't look right. There's something. There's like a millimeter somewhere that's just off, and it's just fucking the whole thing. I think. Yeah. The hair looks really annoying to do as well.
Yeah.
Like if this is for a promo shot, this is the best you can get looking. So.
Well, this is the issue with these new. Everybody's getting hyper and excited about. Oh, it's got rooted hair. I don't want rooted hair because it's a friggin' ball ache. You know.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you guys? You're going to be rushing out to buy these dolls?
That Ron looks like he's seen some shit.
Don't it? Don't it? Yeah. He's dirty. Yeah. Interesting figures. Luke, this is sexy.
Yeah, so I was really, really excited about this when it was first announced. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Toy Shiz on Instagram. Put up a post saying that they're going to re-release the Technodrome, Playmates Technodrome, but it was just an Amazon link and nobody really knew what it was. Nothing was there yet. And I've always wanted a Technodrome. Never had one. Always wanted one. So I was all in, but it's flipping nightmare because it's US Amazon and this, that, and the other, and I don't know how I can get one of these. I can't find one anywhere in the UK to be able to pre-order anyway. Since then, some more information has come about, and apparently it's not an exact re-release. They haven't used the same tooling. What they've done is made a whole new Technodrome, but kind of shrunk it a little bit, or at least that's what it seems to be. Now, for me personally, that doesn't matter. Like, I still want this thing. But for a lot of people, they're quite upset. You know, they want something that is from the original mold and tooling, which, you know, I can kind of see both sides of the argument. You know, for me, I really don't think it matters as long as my figures fit inside it. I don't care if we lose a little bit here or there. But yeah, this is just something that I always wanted as a kid. And I know we've joked and laughed about, Luke, what do you do when you buy everything and this, that, and the other. I've never had one of these. I would love to have one.
I wish I'd known that because the one of the toy fairs I went to a couple of months back had the original.
Yeah, it goes for a lot of money nowadays.
This wasn't a bad price. This was, I think it was about £40 they wanted for it. And it looked nice. Yeah, and I didn't.
No.
Yeah.
It's yeah. If you come across another one, give me a call.
Luke, I only found out recently you can actually, if you have the Amazon app and Amazon Prime, I'm not sure if you need Amazon Prime, but you can swap over to the American and order it to your address.
I'm about to say you can just go on Amazon.com and order it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Your Amazon
Really on the
UK,
app.
your Amazon UK account will allow you to sign into Amazon.com as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to just set it to ship to UK. I'm looking at it right now. $79.99 plus $28 shipping. That includes your import tax on it, so you won't get stung any additional because Amazon deals with that for you.
Yep.
So to get it fully delivered, you're looking at about 120 odd quid.
I might have to do that. I might have
It's
to look into that.
it's temporarily out of stock, where you can put a stock alert on it, and you'll get an email as soon as it comes back on.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be more of them. They're not gonna hold off on it.
And then, Luke, these are yours as well.
These are mine as well. Sorrel, please do jump in if you want to discuss anything here. So this is, I'm going to mispronounce this. This is the Ashes of Agbendor wave. I think that's right. It's the newest wave from Mythic Legions, which, as some of you know, I have absolutely gone head over heels for and jumped all in. They've released, I think it's 10 action figures. It's nine sets. One's a 2-pack, and these just happen to be the 3 that I'm eyeing up to buy direct from the Horsemen themselves. So, a little bit of a shameless plug. I made a video discussing the different ways that you could purchase these, and obviously buying from the Horsemen, that's the quickest and cheapest way that you're going to get these figures, as opposed to going through any retailers, etc., later down the line. So these are the ones that I'm personally looking at. I think that first one, the cat dude, just looks amazing. Yeah, I'm not going to try and butcher all their names and everything, but yeah, I love this line of figures. And even though a lot of people have been complaining that a lot of this is reuse parts, I still think that's okay. I enjoy the kit bashing element of it all, and I'm still all in for these figures.
I'm liking the center one. I think that looks very cool.
Yeah.
Looks very cool.
Yeah, I love the fact that with Mythic Legions, they are so easy to pop apart and reassemble in any order that you want. So certain figures correspond with certain ones. Like you've got on that lineup there, you've got the 3 base bodies: your big fig, your small fig, your medium. Like the medium one on the left, the cat guy. I use that body for the Pumpkin King that I've got behind me that I've made. But literally, you can kit bash any part, and they go together really well.
Yeah, so all the boots, the arms, everything can all come apart, and you can build your own stuff. I've had a lot of fun with kit bashing and creating my own characters.
What price do these roughly go for?
So your basic figure is around 30 quid, like for your standard figure. So like that skeleton, for example, will be around the £30 mark. Now, obviously, if you're buying it from the Horseman, you've got to ship it over. So you're paying those additional fees. If you order it in the UK, obviously they combine that, they make it a bit more expensive. So you're probably looking at about 40-50 quid for it. But again, when you compare it to NECA or Super 7, I think that's more than reasonable. I think it's still a very good price. I know a lot of people were thinking that we were going to finally get a dragon. Now, obviously, I'm very new to the wave, but people have been collecting this for 10 years. They thought we might get a big dragon. I think they're going to save something like that for a convention exclusive. Like, that's where they'll announce it and do things. The fact that these are an entire wave of reparts, like reuse parts as well, to me, that screams that you might eventually get your dragon anyway, because they're saving so much money on the tooling aspect. They can transfer that over to a bigger project later down the line. I'm not saying it's going to be the next project, but the way that the community is talking, the way that they're thinking about this stuff, to me, that makes a lot of sense, because all of this is tooling that already exists.
Very cool. Very cool.
And then a couple of times a year, they do the Figure Obscura line, which is like based on like literary characters. And I mean, the Jacob Marley that I got last year at Christmas time, that is still my favorite fig right now. That is still the best figure I own in my collection. It's so amazing.
It's actually after watching your video, Sorrel, that I bought one myself. I found one on eBay and went for it.
The Figure Obscura line is amazing. It's my favorite part of the line.
Yeah.
So many cool characters.
Did you get the Anubis and Bastet?
I've pre-ordered them. Yeah, I'm waiting to get them. I've got them on order.
They are very cool. Sorry, Peter.
No, you're right. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Okie dokie. That brings us to the end of the show. Thank you very much to everybody that's taken part and watched. Quickly, we'll just go around. Luke, got anything coming up on Hydra Collectibles?
So I am desperate to make a video, and unfortunately, my next door neighbours are having like renovation work done, and it's been like going all month at the moment. It's been almost 2 months since I made a video, but every time I get that time without the kids in the house, there's just banging and all sorts going on. So I'm going to try and record a video after this stream and hopefully get something out.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We'll look forward to seeing that. James, what have we got coming up on One Good Scare?
That's a very good question. We have One Good Scare live on Friday, and we've not done one for a while, so there will be a lot to talk about on that. The next I'll Be Right Back is on A Quiet Place, I think we're doing. So it'll be in a week and a half or so. And our last one was on Wishmaster, which was great. Now, people feckin' voted for this. For us to do this. And it's only got like 20-something views. So, like, Peter did it. Great video, really fun conversation. So I'd recommend everybody go check that out. It's a really interesting movie, and we both enjoyed it. So go check that out. We'll also have, I think, reviews of The Watched. We'll have The Watch this week. And did you watch Sting?
I haven't seen Sting yet. I'll probably not
Okay.
get to that till the weekend.
Right, okay, so we'll have to watch this week and Sting next week. And then I think there's another horror movie I feel like is out soon. We'll get around to that as well. So yeah, lots coming up anyway.
Thank you, Fuzzy. We appreciate you, mate. We really do appreciate you.
Aw.
Good stuff. Lots of good stuff coming out. Sorrel, what have we got coming over on your channel?
I go live on a Sunday night with Jacob's Toys. We'll do the Geek Week in review, 9:30 every Sunday night. And this week we've got you guys on. We've got Triple G and James joining us for one good scare. Let's see if they remembered, because I was looking for the shock faces there.
No, I knew it was. I was going to say when are we on? I knew we were coming up, but I couldn't remember when.
What day is that again?
Sunday.
Sunday, grand. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do a summer ween. We're going to do a summer horror special. So talking about like films like these lovely things that I picked up today. Sleepaway Camp. Yeah,
very cool.
Jason, and all that good stuff. Other than that, I've got some shorts coming up this week on my channel, because I've been dying to do this for a while. I'm going to do stop animation with some little green army men.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Just to encourage people to go and check out Sorrel's show from last night, because you talked about the Green Men then. It was a very cool show where they did the usual nerdy kind of updates on things, but the end of the show was all about toy lines that they wanted to see made into movies or cartoons, and it was really interesting. So please do check that out. Always good content. And me and James look forward to seeing you on Sunday, mate.
Yeah.
Simon, anything coming up in your world?
I've been busy with my sort of Instagram new modding type business. So I've got another mod to do and upload, hopefully tomorrow. This is my first one. So
Oh, hang on, Simon. Let us make you big.
there we go.
Oh, very cool. I like that.
So, yeah, new casing, and this is an IPS screen that was fitted into it. So if you know what Game Boy Advance used to be like, this will be a lot brighter.
Right, yeah, nice.
Yeah, and you can change the brightness on it and everything.
Deadly.
So yeah.
Very nice. So, Simon, if people want to get in touch with you to commission you to do things like that, how do they do that?
Just message me on Instagram. It's UK Retro Gaming Mods. So yeah, follow me and like and share, and then just DM me, and I'll.
You're on Facebook as well, aren't you?
I'm on Facebook as well. UK Retro Gaming Mods. Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well done with that, Simon. It's lovely to see some stuff coming out of it. Over on my channel, over on Triple J Comics, on Wednesday night, we've got my next This Is My, and we've got Hail Leviathan. Really, really looking forward to this. Going to be chatting with him about all of his collectibles and all the different bits and bobs. This is a really interesting chap that me and James have had the pleasure of spending a bit of time with. This guy runs for the love of, compares for the love of horror, and he's had interactions with a hell of a lot of big name guests.
He's one of the hosts for Monopoly events. So if you've
Yeah.
been to a Monopoly event, to a panel, you very likely seen him up on the stage
Yeah,
chatting
Ben,
to like
he's a
Orlando
lovely
Bloom or Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
Or,
And me and James owe him a lot, because last year at For the Love of Horror, we didn't manage to get tickets to see
Thanksgiving.
And
he
we
just
bumped
got us
into him,
the
and he
tickets.
said, "Just come, we'll sort it." Just sort it.
Here's the marketing rep for Sony.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow.
Yeah, so really looking forward to that. I think this will be an interesting chat on Wednesday. Other This Is My, so I've got a whole host of them coming up. But just for the rest of this month, we've got Swaggle House, Mickey, on the 15th of June. He's a very interesting chap to talk comic books. And I'm over the moon to see I've got Chris from Comic Tropes. If you've not checked out Comic Tropes' YouTube page, you should check it out. He does
amazing.
some great stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a whole host of other people who are booked in for July, including some great characters. So I'm looking forward to that as well. But please do check those shows out. And that is your whack. So thank you very much, chaps. Always a pleasure talking toys with you guys. Love it every month. And we'll be back same time next month. Sorry, not same time. We'll be back the first. So it's the first Tuesday of every month we aim to do this show. Just as a bit of a parish notice, next Monday's show, I don't know what it is. I can't remember what we're doing next Monday. But next Monday's show will be at the earlier time of 7 o'clock, because I need to pick my wife up from the train station at 9 o'clock. So I'll be doing something at 7, but I can't remember what. But we'll see you then. Thank you everybody that's been in the chat. You guys have been great. And with that, we'll call it a night, and we'll catch you all next time. Bye.